for
Okay,
all
then,
the work.
to our next story. You know, when the cream of leadership of the northern governors, security chiefs, senators, and experts meet to discuss security, the question is not who is going to let us, but who is going to stop us. The all-important summit hosted by Kaduna State Hemsman, Governor Ubasani, is themed Building Robust Regional Collaboration to Tackle Insecurity, Pathways for Securing the Future. It is convened by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on National Security. It's pleasing to learn that the vexed issue of state policing is on the agenda. This monster must be shown the way out. Now, TVC News' Lupa Asom has the story. Let's go there.
The Northwest is still grappling with violent attacks, mass abductions, and cross-border criminal networks. Leaders from across the region met Saturday in Kaduna under the Senate's Ad Hoc Committee on National Security to find lasting solutions. The leaders repeatedly stressed that only a joint decentralized security approach is strong enough to meet the region's growing threats.
The Northwest Security Summit is carefully planned to reflect the peculiarities of our security challenges, which are of profound and complex dimensions. This range from banditry and kidnapping, violent attacks on communities, economic exploitation, ransom for payment, to displacement of thousands of people, creating huge humanitarian crises. Others include emerging trends in urban areas and high rate of urban crimes perpetrated by the youth, cross-border threats from the Sahel regions, and environmental vulnerabilities caused by desertification and deforestation in the zone.
Kaduna State Governor Ubasani renewed his long-standing call for the creation of a Northwest Theater Command, a unified military structure that brings all operations under one command. He also pushed strongly for state police, saying national consensus has finally emerged.
Nigerian centralized policing model can no longer meet demands of a nation with over 230 million. And we have less than 400,000 police personnel in Nigeria. But we don't have more than 170 military personnel. Honorable Minister, do we have more than 170,000? 177. Virtually every governor, most of the senators, most of the members of that service agree with our position that we cannot make progress without the establishment of state police. Today, that consensus has arrived. Nigerians now understand that state police is not a political project. It is a survival strategy. Concerns about potential abuse are understandable, but addressable. Clear constitutional safeguards can ensure that state police focus strictly on criminal matters, just as existing laws preventing the military from participating in political and electoral processes. We must also build strong security partnerships beyond our borders. I recommend the extension of the multinational joint task force, which has achieved notable success around the Lake Chad.
He again emphasized his unwavering position regarding negotiations with bandits.
Some of us that have spent many years in our lives fighting for justice, equality, and freedom, losing our freedom during the era of military dictatorship in Nigeria, will never negotiate with bandits. We will instead fight for the justice of the victims of banditry.
The Defense Minister Mohammed Badar Abubakar backed the whole of society approach, warning that the armed forces alone cannot secure the region.
The progress we recorded in the fight against insecurity reflects our focus, resolve, and a strategic milestone, which is the effective synergy between all stakeholders. This is not mere cooperation, but unified action as seen in joint operation, such as Operation Fansayama, where our armed forces, paramilitary agencies, intelligence agencies, and other stakeholders match their capabilities to achieve decisive outcomes. The legislature, the executive, as well as the ministries, departments, and agencies have strengthened cooperation to entrench the whole of government approach to the security. This we need to do more. We recognize that the national security cannot be achieved by military and security agencies alone. It is a collective enterprise requiring the active participation of every citizen.
Academic and security experts also weighed in, listing poverty, weak governance and environmental pressure as major drivers of insecurity.
Prof said something very important, and that is the underutilization of our institution. That is the traditional institution. We believe, yes, all other security agencies have their own network, they have their own mechanism of sourcing information, and but still, we still believe our own structure also in the traditional institution should be utilized.
At the end of the session, officials resolved to establish a regional security collaboration mechanism for the Northwest, part of a wider effort ahead of the National Security Summit in Abuja on December 1st. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
All right, many thanks, Lupe. And Mayor, I'm particularly happy that the theme state policing is ideal for this situation.
I'm also happy. I'm happy because we have to fight this monster in the room.
Yeah.
This insecurity, all these terrorists and criminals, bandits, and those people making life difficult for us in Nigeria. We can only fight them collectively. And I like the fact that as they were meeting in the Northwest, the Southwest governors were meeting. The Southside governors met the other day. Everybody now realized the importance of coming together to fight this insecurity.
Yeah.
They are creating funds to so do, and especially then the state police. I've always been an advocate of state police because my argument is that every crime is local, and you cannot fight a crime without people having the knowledge of people within that vicinity. And when you have the locals, it is so simple to do that. I don't know why it's taking so long, and then maybe the political establishment should just make the National Assembly pass the necessary laws, and then we can have the state police. Because one of the problems that we have now is that we don't have enough boots on ground to fight insecurity. The army is overstretched. The police do not have, half of the police are carrying bags behind madams all over the place. And then, so it's important for us to have more boots on ground. It's important for us to have more resources, more funding in that security sector. And we'll be able to get that. Imagine when 36 states have their own local police, even if it is only 10,000 men that each of them were able to employ. Imagine what it will contribute to the pool in fighting insecurity. Imagine the amount of resources that creating this state police will be able to attract to fight insecurity. And I think we should do that as fast as we can, because it shouldn't take long. If the states and the federal government come together, they can get the National Assembly to pass the necessary laws, and we can have it as soon as possible. In fact, there are in some states there are already machinery that can be put in motion to be able to achieve that. Lagos, for example, has RRS. It's just a matter of expanding it and bringing in more people. So the structure is there already. So it won't be very difficult to do that. And then each states can do that. We have a Amotekun, for example, in some southwestern states.
Yeah.
So creating a state police will be much, much easier to achieve. That is the way to go.
The debate is intensive.
Yes, that's the way to go.
Intensive.
If we don't do that, we'll continue to experience what we are experiencing now, when some criminal elements are making things difficult for all of us. So let's get police. Let there be more collaboration between state governments to be able to fight this insecurity.
BKO, it is said it is better to debate a question without settling it than it is to settle a question without debating it.
Yeah, now, you heard what the Cardinal Governor said, that the consensus is here. On the matter of state police, we had wasted too much time over a straightforward matter. Now, just as the governor said, this is an idea that is very necessary. So its time has come that this is like what we need to do to save ourselves from hell. It's not a matter that we can continue to debate. The president, just last week, talked about state police. It's now clear to everyone. We need not just state police, the forest guards that the president talked about. we must kick off forest guards. States are meant to contribute personnel who will be trained by the army, after which they will be released to their states to man those forests there. Of course, they are going to be well armed.
Okay.
Today, if the army push the bandits causing problem along the border between Kogi and Kwara, if they push them away from the place, if we do not put boots on ground, they will come back. They will come back to continue to terrorize our people in that area. Those guys are doing a lot of mining, illegal mining, because that is a gold belt. That area is a gold belt. Up to the whole of Bono local government, Bono land in Kogi State, they produce a lot of gold, and a lot of it being mined illegally by these people, who then use the proceeds to buy arms. So we have to be decisive. There should be no more delay about this. In the past, the far north was opposed to state police.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see now that this is the Senate zonal meeting, an interface with the people on the matter of security, and stakeholders are all reading from, from the same, singing from the same hymn book that, it has to be state police now. And the governors are supporting it. So the National Assembly should expedite action on state police. The federal government, President Tinubu, NSA, Nuri Badu, should expedite action on forest rangers. We have agro rangers. They are they are very active in Borno State. They protect farmers in Borno State. But these ones are to protect the forest. We've left the forest for too long to bandits to be operating without hindrance. Look at our Kainji Lake National Park. A national treasure, a national asset. ISWAP has already occupied it in Niger State there. They've occupied it. It's from there that they are launching attacks in Shiroro. From there, they even shot down an Air Force plane. So we can't continue like this. We cannot. This is the time to take decisive steps. What is delaying the unleashing of those forest guards? What is delaying it? We are now in a situation where we need them desperately. Otherwise, these people will continue to kidnap people, and we will continue to pay ransom. And the more we pay ransom, the more money they find to buy weapons. The more money they find to recruit foot soldiers. So we have to move. We have to move. The time is now. No need for any delay.
After all, progress can only come in a peaceful environment.
They are holding us back. These guys are setting us back. Farmers can't produce as much as they should because they are stopping them from going to their farms.
All right, folks, let's take on our next story. You know, this